Hello dear students, welcome to my channel. In this episode, we are going to discuss the complex numbers in Mathematics 2A. Complex numbers, we are in exercise B. See, let us have a discussion on the problem. Find the least positive integer n satisfying 1 plus I by 1 minus I whole power n is equal to n. For what value of n this value is equal to 1? That we are going to check now. First consider 1 plus I divided by 1 minus I. We have to calculate this value. Multiplying and dividing by complex conjugate of denominator. 1 minus I conjugate number is 1 plus I. So, multiplying and dividing by 1 plus I, which is equal to a plus b into a plus b, like a plus b whole square. That means 1 plus I whole square divided by a plus b into a minus b, a square minus b square. 1 square minus I square, which is equal to a plus b whole square expansion. 1 plus I square plus 2I divided by 1 minus I square value is minus 1, which is equal to 1 minus 1 plus 2I divided by 1 plus 1, minus 1 plus 1 get cancelled, which is equal to 2I divided by 2. 2 get cancelled, this value is equal to I. 1 plus I divided by 1 minus I, value is I. Now taking whole power n on both sides, 1 plus I divided by 1 minus I whole power n is equal to I power n. Now we will check the values of n. For what value of n it should be equal to 1. We will check it now. If n is equal to 0, that to positive integer they said no. So n is equal to 1 you take first. N is equal to 1. That means this value will become as I power 1, which is equal to I. It is not our required. Next, n is equal to 2. It will becomes I square, which is equal to minus 1. If n is equal to 3, I cube, which is equal to I square into I square value minus 1 into I minus I. Suppose if we take n is equal to 4, I power 4, we can write it as I square whole square, which is equal to minus 1 whole square, which is equal to 1. Therefore, for what value of n it should be equal to 1? For n is equal to 4, it should be equal to 1. Even for n is equal to 8 also, that value is 1. But among 4, 8, 12 and all, which one is least positive integer? N. Therefore, 1 plus I divided by 1 minus I whole power n is equal to 1. If n is equal to 4. Only for n least positive integer. For least positive integer, n is equal to 4. The next question. Find real values of theta in order that 3 plus 2i sin theta by 1 minus 2i sin theta is a real number, purely imaginary. You have to calculate the real values of theta. First, you have to simplify the given complex number. Given 3 plus 2i sin theta divided by 1 minus 2i sin theta. First, rationalize with respect to the complex conjugate. So, multiplying and dividing by complex conjugate of the denominator. 1 plus 2i sin theta divided by 1 plus 2i sin theta. So, in the numerator, actual multiplication 3 into 1, 3 into 2i sin theta, that means 6i sin theta 1 into 2i sin theta, that is 2i sin theta. 2i sin theta into 2i sin theta. 2i sin theta whole square, that means 4i square sin square theta whole divided by a plus b into a minus b, a square minus b square. A square means 1 square minus 2i sin theta whole square, that means minus 4i square sin square theta. We know that I square is equal to minus 1. So which is equal to 3 6i sin theta plus 2i sin theta plus 8i sin theta. I square value minus 1. So 4 minus 4 sin square theta divided by I square value minus 1, minus into minus plus 1 plus 4 sin square theta. This complex number write in the form of x plus iy, which is equal to 3 minus 4 sin square theta plus I into 8 sin theta divided by 1 plus 4 sin square theta. We can split directly. 1 plus 4 sin square theta divided by 1 plus 4 sin square theta. This is the value of given complex number 3 plus 2i sin theta whole divided by 1 minus 2i sin theta. Now come to the first question. A real number, this complex number is a real 3 plus 2i sin theta divided by 1 minus 2i sin theta is a real number. Then imaginary part of this complex number is 0. Then imaginary number is equal to 0. That is, in this, what is imaginary number? This is x. The real part, this is imaginary part. Here I am mentioning that this is real part, this is imaginary part. So imaginary equal to 0 means this value goes to be 0. That is 8 sin theta divided by 1 plus 4 sin square theta is equal to 0. Cross multiply 8 sin theta equal to 0. That implies sin theta equal to 0. What is the general solution for sin theta? Sin theta equal to 0. That implies that theta equal to n pi, where n belongs to z. For these real values, this given complex number is a real number if theta equal to n pi, n belongs to z. We'll come to the second one. If it is purely imaginary, that means this given complex number, this is a part. We'll come to the b part. 3 plus 2i sin theta divided by 1 minus 2i sin theta is purely imaginary. Whenever it is purely imaginary, then real part go to be 0. Real part is equal to 0. That is, what is real part in that? Already I mentioned there. 3 minus 4 sin square theta divided by 1 plus 4 sin square theta is equal to 0. After mentioning that, cross multiply 3 minus 4 sin square theta is equal to 0. That implies 3 is equal to 4 sin square theta. That implies sin square theta is equal to 3 by 4. Sin square theta equal to 3 by 4 can be written as root 3 by 2 whole square. Can you write like this? After that, root 3 by 2 sin theta equal to that implies that root 3 by 2 in terms of sin 60, which is equal to sin 60 means pi by 3. Sin square theta is equal to sin square pi by 3. We have sin square theta equal to sin square alpha in the general solutions. That implies that theta equal to 2n pi plus or minus alpha where n belongs to z. By using this, where alpha is equal to what here? Pi by 3. Therefore, theta equal to 2n pi plus or minus alpha value is pi by 3 where n belongs to z. Therefore, for these values, for theta equal to n pi, the given complex number is a real number. For theta equal to 2n pi plus or minus pi by 3, the given complex number is purely imaginary. Like this, you have to solve the problem. The next question. Express the complex number minus 1 minus I root 3 in modulus amplitude form. In modulus amplitude form. So first what you have to do, given complex number you have to write. Given complex number minus 1 minus I root 3. After that, minus 1 minus I root 3, write in the form of polar form. That means modulus amplitude form. That is equal to r into cos theta plus I sin theta. So minus 1 minus I root 3 is equal to r cos theta plus I into r sin theta. By comparing real and imaginary parts, on comparing real and imaginary parts, on both sides, minus 1 is equal to r cos theta and minus root 3 is equal to r sin theta. After comparing these values, squaring on both sides and add it. Squaring on both sides, 1 is equal to r square cos square theta, and here also squaring on both sides, 3 is equal to r square sin square theta. After squaring on both sides, you have to do that addition. That implies that r square cos square theta plus r square sin square theta is equal to r square cos square theta value is 1, r square sin square theta value is 3. So take common r square in these two. Cos square theta plus sin square theta is equal to 1. This value is equal to 1. Therefore, r square into 1 is equal to 4. So r square is equal to 4. R is equal to plus or minus 2, you can write, but r value is always greater than 0. That implies that r is equal to root 2. Sorry, root 4. So r equal to 2. After getting that value of r, you decide that given complex number is belongs to which quadrant. Minus 1 minus I root 3. This can be written as minus 1 comma minus root 3. Both are minus, x coordinate and y coordinate. Therefore, that belongs to quadrant 3. Whenever the complex number is belongs to third quadrant, the theta value, this is x, this is y. The theta value we can write it as minus pi plus tan inverse y by x, which is equal to minus pi plus tan inverse of y value is minus root 3 divided by x value is minus 1 minus pi plus tan inverse of root 3. Root 3 value in terms of tan. For tan 60 is root 3. 60 means pi by 3. So minus pi plus pi by 3, which is equal to minus 3 pi plus pi, that is equal to minus 2 pi by 3. So after getting the value of theta and r, substitute in this. This is the required form. This is called modulus amplitude form or polar form. Therefore, minus 1 minus I root 3 is equal to r into cos theta plus I sin theta. In place of theta and in place of r, these values you have to replace. Minus 1 plus I root 3 is equal to 2 into cos 2 pi by 3 plus minus 2 pi by 3. I into sine of minus 2 pi by 3. You can leave it like this. If you want, you can. Cos of minus theta is cos theta, sine of minus theta is minus sin theta. If you want, you can write, otherwise leave it. Till here it is enough. Like this, so you have to calculate the complex number in modulus amplitude form. Next question. These type of problems they are asking in intermediate public examinations, which are very important for 2 marks. Let us have a discussion on the first question. If z is not equal to 0, find argument of z plus argument of z bar. For this, let z is equal to x plus iy. Whenever z is equal to x plus iy, the complex conjugate, that implies that complex conjugate z bar is equal to x minus iy. Complex conjugate is x minus iy. So argument of z, that is altitude of z. Argument of z is equal to tan inverse of y by x. Argument of z bar is equal to tan inverse of, what is y here, minus y. So minus y by x, which is equal to tan inverse of minus theta is minus tan inverse theta. Therefore minus tan inverse of y by x. Now argument of z plus argument of z bar is equal to, argument of z is tan inverse of y by x minus argument of z bar is minus tan inverse of y by x, which is equal to 0. Now onwards, you remember as a standard result, argument of z plus argument of z bar is equal to 0. Or another result also we can write, argument of z is equal to minus argument of z bar. This result is also very important, keep in mind. Now come to the next question. Z1 is equal to, given Z1 is equal to minus 1. Minus 1 we have to write in the form of x plus iy. So can we write like this? Minus 1 plus 0 into I. So minus 1 in terms of cos theta plus I sin theta, we have to express in this form. So minus 1 can be written as Z1 is equal to, minus 1 can be written as cos pi value is minus 1 only, plus I into 0 can be written as sin pi. It is in the form of cos theta plus I sin theta. Whenever the complex number z can be written as cos theta plus I sin theta, then the argument of z is theta. In place of theta, what value is there? Pi is there. Therefore, argument of z1 is equal to pi. Similarly, z2 is equal to minus I also we can express in that way. So z2 is equal to Z2 equal to minus I. So this can be written as Z2 is equal to minus I. 0 plus minus 1 into I. We can write it as, it is in the form of cos theta plus psi sin theta. So here 0 for what value of theta? It will be 0 in terms of cos 90. So we can write it as Z2 equal to minus I cos pi by 2 plus I into minus 1 can be written as minus sin pi by 2. But here the complex number minus I, that means 0 minus 1, second quadrant, pi minus again, so minus pi by 2. Cos of minus pi by 2 plus I into sin of minus pi by 2. We can express that way. So Z2, the argument of Z2 is equal to minus pi by 2. But they are asking, the question is argument of Z1 into Z2. Argument of Z1 into Z2 is equal to argument of Z1 plus argument of Z2. Argument of Z1 is pi, we got it here. Argument of Z2 is minus pi by 2, which is equal to pi by 2. Therefore, argument of Z1 into Z2 is equal to pi by 2. Same procedure you have to follow, but they are asking here argument of Z1 by Z2. Z1 first, minus 1 can be written as minus 1 plus 0 into I. We can write in the polar form or modulus augmentative form, cos theta plus sin theta, polar form only. Minus 1 in terms of cos pi plus I into 0 can be written as sin pi. Therefore, argument of Z1 is equal to pi. Second one, Z2 is equal to I can be written as 0 plus 1 into I. 0 in terms of cos, 1 in terms of sin. So pi by 2, cos pi by 2 0, sin pi by 2 is 1. Therefore, we can express as cos pi by 2 plus I sin pi by 2. Therefore, the argument of Z2 is equal to pi by 2. Now, argument of Z1 by Z2. Argument of Z1 minus argument of Z2, that is the formula. Argument of Z1 by argument of Z2 is argument of Z1 minus argument of Z2, which is equal to argument of Z1 is pi minus argument of Z2 is pi by 2. So pi minus pi by 2 is pi by 2. Therefore, argument of Z1 by Z2 is equal to pi by 2. Hence the result. The next question. First given. First you have to write this one. Cos theta plus I sin theta is equal to the product of these two complex numbers, cos 2 alpha plus I sin 2 alpha into cos 2 beta plus I sin 2 beta. Actual multiplication you have to do that. Cos 2 alpha into cos 2 beta. First these two, after that these two. Plus I into sin 2 beta into cos 2 alpha. Plus I into sin 2 alpha into cos 2 beta. Plus I into I square. Sin 2 alpha into sin 2 beta. So the terms containing I and does not containing I, separate it. This one and this one. First, cos 2 alpha into cos 2 beta plus I into sin 2 beta into cos 2 alpha plus I into sin 2 alpha into cos 2 beta I square is minus 1. So minus sine 2 alpha into sine 2 beta. From these two we are taking common I, and from these two making as one term, that is equal to, keep bracket, cos 2 alpha into cos 2 beta minus sin 2 alpha into sin 2 beta. From these two I take common sin 2 beta into cos 2 alpha plus sin 2 alpha into cos 2 beta. It is in the form of cos A cos B minus sin A sin B. Cos A cos B minus sin A sin B is cos of A plus B. That is equal to cos of 2 alpha plus 2 beta plus I into, it is in the form of sin A cos B plus cos A sin B. So sin of A plus B. So we can write it as sin of 2 alpha plus 2 beta. Even 2 take common, here also 2 take common, cos of 2 into alpha plus beta plus I into sin of 2 into alpha plus beta. Now comparing real and imaginary terms, cos theta plus I sin theta. Either these two you have to compare or these two you have to compare. Cos theta equal to cos of 2 into alpha plus beta. Therefore theta is equal to 2 into alpha plus beta. Or if we equate these two also, sin theta equal to sin of 2 plus alpha plus beta, theta equal to alpha plus beta. They are asking find the value of theta. Theta value is 2 times of alpha plus beta. The next question. If root 3 plus I equal to or cos theta or into cos theta plus I sin theta. First given root 3 plus I equal to or into cos theta plus I sin theta, that is also can be written as or cos theta plus I into or sin theta, root 3 plus I. Comparing real and imaginary parts or terms better. Root 3 is equal to or cos theta and 1 is equal to or sin theta. After that we need to get theta value, we need to get squaring on both sides, both the terms, and it will become 3 equal to r square cos square theta. Here also 1 is equal to r square sin square theta. After that adding both the values, therefore r square cos square theta plus r square sin square theta is equal to 3 plus 1, which is equal to 4. R square take common, cos square theta plus sin square theta, this value is equal to 1. So r square into 1 is equal to 4. R square equal to 4, r is equal to 2. R value is always greater than 0, though that is the reason you cannot write minus 2. R value is 2. After that, r is equal to 2, substitute either in this or this. R is equal to 2, then root 3 is equal to r cos theta will becomes root 3 equal to 2 cos theta. Root 3 by 2 is equal to cos theta. That implies, you keep it like this. One more case, r is equal to 2, then 1 is equal to r into sin theta. 1 is equal to 2 sin theta. 1 by 2 is equal to sin theta. Sin theta when it will be equal to 1 by 2, cos theta when it will be equal to root 3 by 2. So better to do like this. Sin theta by cos theta is equal to 1 by 2 divided by root 3 by 2. So tan theta is equal to 1 by root 3. That implies theta equal to tan inverse of 1 by root 3. So theta equal to 30 degrees, that is pi by 6. So here they are asking that find the value of theta in terms of radian measure. So theta equal to pi by 6, that is 30 degrees. Next question. If x plus iy equal to cis alpha into cis beta, then find the value of x square plus y square. First, given x plus iy is equal to cis alpha into cis beta. That also can be written as x plus iy equal to cis alpha means cos alpha plus I sin alpha into cos beta plus I sin beta. So x plus iy is equal to actual multiplication like previous problems, cos alpha cos beta plus I into cos alpha sin beta plus I into sin alpha into cos beta, I into I square plus I square into sin alpha into sin beta, which is equal to cos alpha cos beta plus I into cos alpha cos sin beta plus I into sin alpha sin beta cos beta. I square value is minus 1 into sin alpha sin beta. So now cos alpha cos beta, the terms real part one side minus sin alpha sin beta plus from these two I take common cos alpha sin beta plus sin alpha cos beta. This is equal to cos A cos B minus sin A sin B cos of A plus B. So cos of alpha plus beta plus I into sin A cos B plus cos A sin B sin of A plus B. So sin of alpha plus beta. So now x plus iy, on comparing real and imaginary part, x is equal to cos of alpha plus beta and y is equal to sin of alpha plus beta. Now they are asking x square plus y square. Now x square plus y square equal to cos of alpha plus beta whole square plus sin of alpha plus beta whole square. So cos square of alpha plus beta plus sin square of alpha plus beta. It is in the form of sin square theta plus cos square theta. The value is 1. So x square plus y square is equal to 1. And in other way, simplest method in some MCET or JEE, they will treat like this. They will do like this. X plus iy is equal to cis alpha into cis beta. Cis alpha into cis beta. X plus iy is equal to cis of alpha plus beta. The product of two cis alpha and cis beta can be as the product of cis of alpha plus beta. So x plus iy is equal to cos of alpha plus beta plus I into sin of alpha plus beta. Now comparing real and imaginary parts, x value, y value, will get it. X square plus y square equal to cos square of alpha plus beta plus sin square of alpha plus beta. It is in the form of sin square alpha plus cos square alpha. The value is 1. Even like this also you can do it. This is alternate way. X plus iy equal to cis alpha into cis beta. That can be expressed as cis of alpha plus beta. Suppose here product of three terms are there. Cis alpha into cis beta into cis gamma. Cis of alpha plus beta plus gamma. Like this you can express. The next question. If root 3 plus I whole power 100 equal to 2 power 99 into a plus ib, then show that a square plus b square equal to 4. First, given root 3 plus I whole power 100 is equal to 2 power 99 into a plus ib. Taking magnitudes on both sides. So magnitude of root 3 plus I whole power 100 equal to 2 power 99 constant. You cannot take modulus of a plus ib, magnitude of a plus ib. We know that if z is equal to x plus iy, then mod z is equal to root of x square plus y square. So here x is equal to root 3 and y is equal to 1. So we can write it as square root of root 3 whole square plus 1 square whole power 100 is equal to 2 power 99 into square root of a square plus b square. Square root of 3 plus 1 is 4 whole power 100 is equal to 2 power 99 into root of a square plus b square. Root 4 is 2 power 100 is equal to 2 power 99 square root of a square plus b square. So 2 power 100 divided by 2 power 99, you can take this side, square root of a square plus b square. A power m by a power m minus n. So 2 power 100 minus 99. For your convenience I am writing, otherwise directly also you can write. 2 power 100 minus 99 is 2 power 1. 2 is equal to square root of a square plus b square. Squaring on both sides, 4 equal to a square plus b square. They are asking to prove that only, no? Hence proved. The next question important for 2 marks. The coming 2 questions also important for 2 marks in the boards. If the amplitude of z minus 1 is pi by 2, then find the locus of z. Amplitude means argument of the complex number. So first, let z is equal to x plus iy. But amplitude of this complex number, no? Now calculate z minus 1 is equal to x plus iy minus 1. Z minus 1 is equal to, first write in the complex number form, x minus 1 plus I into y. This is the z minus 1 complex number. For this amplitude you have to calculate. The amplitude of z minus 1 is theta equal to tan inverse of, in place of y is there, by x in place of x what value is there, x minus 1. Given amplitude of z minus 1 is pi by 2, that is this value is equal to pi by 2. Theta equal to pi by 2. The theta value substitute here. Tan inverse of y by x minus 1 is equal to pi by 2. That implies that tan inverse, you can take this side, y by x minus 1 is equal to tan pi by 2. Tan pi by 2 is infinity. We cannot write infinity, we can write it as undefined, that means 1 by 0. So y by x minus 1 cross multiply, x minus 1 is equal to 0. Therefore, the locus of z, which is the required locus, the next question, given 1 minus I, 2 minus I, 3 minus I, and so on, 1 minus ni is equal to x minus iy. Taking modulus on both sides, taking modulus on both sides. So, modulus of 1 minus I into 2 minus I into 3 minus I and so on, 1 minus ni is equal to modulus of x minus iy. We know that modulus of z1, z2, z3 and so on, zn, modulus of z1 into z2 into and so on, zn is equal to modulus of z1 into modulus of z2 into and so on, modulus of zn. So, by using that, modulus of 1 minus I, modulus of 2 minus I, modulus of 3 minus I and so on, modulus of 1 minus ni is equal to modulus of x minus I, y. We know that if z is equal to x plus iy, then mod z is equal to square root of x square plus y square. So here, square root of 1 plus 1, 1 square minus 1 square, square root of 2 square plus 1 square, square root of 3 square plus 1 square and so on. Square root of 1 plus n square is equal to square root of x square plus y square. After that, squaring on both sides. So, it will become 2, it will become 5, it will become 10 and so on. 1 plus n square is equal to x square plus y square. Therefore, this can be written as 2 into 5 into 10 and so on. 1 plus n square is equal to x square plus y square. Hence proved. Like this we have to solve. This is important for 2 marks. The next question and last question in this session. Given argument of z1 bar is equal to pi by 5 and argument of z2 is equal to pi by 3. We have formula. Argument of z is equal to minus argument of z bar. This is the formula I am writing. So what is the use of writing this formula? Here argument of z1 bar is pi by 5, but the question is here argument of z1. So here argument of z1 is equal to minus argument of z1 bar. So argument of z1 is equal to minus argument of z1 bar is 1 pi by 5. Now come to the question. Argument of z1 plus argument of z2. Argument of z1 is minus pi by 5 plus argument of z2 is pi by 3, which is equal to LCM is 15, 5 3s are minus 3 pi plus 3 5s are 5 into pi, 5 pi, which is equal to 2 pi by 15. Therefore, argument of Z1 plus argument of Z2 is equal to 2 pi by 15. Thank you dear students for watching my videos. Please do subscribe and share to your friends and relatives. In the next session, we are going to discuss exercise C and D problems. C problems almost completed and examples also we did. In the next session, exercise 1C and 1C remaining problems and 1D exercise, we are going to complete that complex number chapter. Thank you very much.